Hello, I'm Tom Nelson, the author of TripLOG Plus. This video will give you an overview of what I hope you agree to be the best mileage management system that runs on Windows mobile devices with touchscreens. What makes the TripLOG Plus unique is its fast, and I mean super fast, data entry. I wrote this application because I was using Pocket Excel to record my travels. I found that I was not keeping my logs up to date because it was taking too much time to enter a record when I got in a car. I was normally in a hurry and would tell myself I would do it later. Of course, this became a problem. So I wrote TripLOG Plus with the goal of making it fast enough for real people in a real world to use. I hope you agree that TripLOG Plus is the quickest and easiest tool to track your mileage data. Let's start our journey by looking at the main screen. Other screens are accessed by tapping the tabs at the bottom. Main, Notes, Draw, etc. We'll review those in more detail later. The main screen is where we enter a TripLOG record. So let's jump in and see how fast we can do this. There are three ways to enter a record into the database. These are represented by these three icons on the left here. The first one is to enter a new record, which clears all the fields and puts in the default date. If you wanted to change that date, just tap the field and a calendar pop-up will display. We can click on or off designation, whether it's a business trip or not. To put in the mileage, just click the field and a large 10-key input comes up here. So put in 6,000 starting miles. And then to choose a vehicle, I can either just type in the first letter of the vehicle and it'll automatically pop in, or I can use the pull-down list to select a vehicle. The same thing on the from. If I want to go from Fairfield and to San Francisco, just taps away, go to the Giants game. And that's how easy it is to add a new record. It's automatically saved for you, so you don't have to worry about hitting a save button. There are two other ways to put records into the database. And these involve duplicating existing records. The first duplicate is for a round trip, which actually leaves the to and the from fields the same. So if I go a normal compute every day that goes from Fairfield to San Francisco, all I do is hit the duplicate round trip. It's going to tell me what it's going to do, and it duplicates that particular record, takes the prior record stop mileage and puts it into the start mileage for this record, and then duplicates it so we're sitting at 0 miles. And again, I'm from Fairfield to San Francisco. And then at the end of the trip, or at the beginning of the next trip, all I have to do is add new mileage to my stop mileage, and now I've recorded my record. The second way of duplicating a record is to duplicate a leg at a time, which means that when I duplicate the record, the to and the from fields are going to be reversed. So this particular record took the prior stop mileage and put it in the start for this record, but it also took the fact that I was actually going from Fairfield to San Francisco. Now I'm going from San Francisco back to Fairfield. There are other icons on the main screen that allow you to manage your database. For example, if we add a new record by accident, we can quickly delete that record. We can also take a look at our records in a list view, which gives us a nice table format to browse through our records. And of course, we can select a record just by double-clicking on that particular record. The final icon to review is the Exfer or the transfer icon. This allows us to export the data to a comma delimited file on our Pocket PC. From there you can open it up with Excel. But actually, the first thing it does is it opens it up in Pocket Word because it is in a comma delimited format. And from here you can save it out to any place on your Pocket PC, including your storage card. And once it's saved out there, you're ready to go to transfer it to your desktop or open it up with, again, with Excel so you can massage the data or do whatever you need with it. You can also navigate records directly from the main screen using the VCR control buttons, first and last records, previous records, next records. Tabs at the bottom of the screen allow us to go from page to page. Currently we're on the main page. We can also go to a notes page where we can type in notes, or we can go to a draws page where we can actually sketch in a picture, etc. And we can also go to a time page where you can actually record the duration of your trip. So if you bill by the hour and you bill for time that you're on the road, you can quickly put in the current time, and then of course add another time, and it'll calculate out the hours and minutes for that particular trip. We also have a report tab, which allows you to generate quick reports using various different filters. For example, maybe I want to just see my business trips, and I want to see my business trips for a specific vehicle, and we'll put in the Honda as the vehicle. And what we need to do is both must be true. We click OK. It shows us a mileage report for all my business trips that I used in the Honda. I can actually print that report. I can save it to a text file on my Pocket PC. I can also email the report, and it will send off an email to my manager or who else, or to myself at my desk. And then of course we can close in particular. And then the last page is a help page, which brings up some documentation on the application to refresh your memory if you forget how to do something. At the bottom of our screen are a number of pop-up menus. The record pop-up allows us to search a record, save, delete a record, and that's also in list view, and print a record. In the edit menu, it allows us to cut, copy, and paste between fields, and also undo typing that we've done. In the options menu, it allows us to toggle back and forth between the list view and our main screen view. The options pop-up also allows us to set custom filters. So we can take a look at just specific set of records. For example, maybe I want to take a look at my business trips that are for the current month. So I can go in and say that are greater than September 1st, but the date is less than or equal to September 30. When I click OK on that, it'll filter out the records and show that 3 records were found. If I go back into my list mode, I'll see the 3 records that I have so far for September. And to turn the custom filter off, just go back in, set my filter off, and all my records are now shown. Thank you for taking the time to look at the TripLOG Plus program. Please let me know what you think, good or bad. Just send an email to tnelson@rafflesoft.com, and I'll send you a discount code towards the purchase of your product. May your travels be happy and safe.